Hello everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel, where you find solutions to all your love and relationship-related problems. And before we begin with today's topic, that is, what to do when he suddenly stops texting you, 15 rules to follow. I want you to wait for a second. And click that subscribe button below. So that you receive a new video every day. And that way you will also motivate us to make more such videos. Done? Thanks. A guy that you are very into may suddenly stop texting you back. When this happens, you need not overreact. To find out how to go about such a situation and to understand the 15 rules to follow when he suddenly stops texting you, watch this video carefully till the end. So, you go out and meet a guy who is cute, interesting, and funny. Life is suddenly good to you. You get to exchange numbers and start texting each other. You text each other for weeks, and you even start hanging out together. With time, his texts start reducing, and finally one day he stops texting you and does not even reply to your texts. You start asking yourself what you did to make the guy stop texting you. Everyone hates it when a guy stops texting them without any reason. It sucks when a guy blows you off. The weeks you texted and hang out made you think you had a connection. Therefore, you wonder why, out of nowhere, he is no longer texting you. You do not know what to do or how to react. Here are 15 rules that will help you know what to do when he suddenly stops texting you. 1. Do not blame yourself. The first thing you should remember when a guy stops texting you is that you should not take it personally. Do not even take it out on your phone by throwing it against the wall. It is not anybody's fault. The guy could also not be the one to blame. Remember that not everyone ignores texts. You have at one time or another forgotten to respond to a text. He could have been busy and forgot. Maybe that is why he is not texting you back. There are many reasons why he is not texting you back, but either way, you should not blame yourself. Do not start running scenarios in your head why he is not texting back. Just give it time and he will start texting you again. 2. Give the guy some space. When a guy stops texting you, do not continuously keep on texting him. Give him space, because it could be exactly what he needs. He could be feeling overwhelmed from all the texting you did for weeks without a break. Ensure that the guy gets enough space to start missing you. Have some self-control and refrain from texting him. If he happens to start texting you from nowhere, do not ask him why he was silent or reply immediately. Take some time before you respond. Your delay will make him curious and want to continue texting you. 3. Ask the guy why he stopped texting. If you cannot move on with your life without knowing why a guy stopped texting you, just go ahead and ask him. You need to tread lightly when it comes to asking him. Just ask the guy in a polite and playful manner what made him stop texting you. It hurts when a guy ignores you, but it will hurt even more when he is repulsed by your rude behavior. Therefore, be nice if you want him to start texting you again. 4. Think about moving on. If it has been more than 2 weeks since he stopped texting you, then it is about time you started thinking about moving on. Do not get hung up on a guy who could have already forgotten about you or is taking you for granted. Consider moving on by putting yourself out there. There are many more guys out there who are willing to date and are up for texting you as often as you want. Try blind dates and online dating and you will forget him. 5. Keep yourself busy. One of the things you can do when a guy stops texting you is to distract yourself. Keep yourself busy so that you can forget about him. This is the time when you start following up on that show you missed or go to the gym as you had planned. Keep yourself busy with work or go out with your friends. With time, he might come out of nowhere and start texting you again. 6. Call him. There is something you should know about calling a guy who has stopped texting you. If you have been texting a guy several times without him texting back, do not call him. It is obvious he is ignoring you, and it is guaranteed he will ignore your call. If you have texted him once and you have not received a reply within 2 days, then it is advisable to call him and find out what is going on. Ensure that you only call once to check up on him. Calling several times is much weirder than texting him a couple of times. The guy might be waiting for your call so he can start texting you again. 7. Do not ask his friends. When a guy stops texting, never try to reach out to his friends. It is wrong to think that you can call his friends out of nowhere and ask them why he is not texting you for weeks now. However, if you had become friends with one of his friends, you can ask him or her if he or she has been in contact with your guy. Remember not to keep your hopes up. There is a high probability that if he has not been texting you back for weeks, his friends may not be aware of it. 8. Do not text him continuously without a reply. It is never a good idea to keep on texting a guy continuously after he stopped texting you for weeks. It will make him think you are insecure, and this is never a good look for you. You will appear desperate to him, and it is always possible that he was just busy and did not get the time to text you back. If you have sent him 2 texts without a reply, just give him time. He will soon start texting you again when he gets the time. 9. Do not make accusations. When a guy stops texting you for weeks, do not panic and start making accusations. When you accuse him of something he did not do, it will spoil whatever connection you had with him. If you see him active on social media but he is not texting you back, do not start throwing accusations at him. You do not know the reason for his silence. This will just annoy him, and chances of him texting you again will be slim to none. 10. Recall if he had plans. You need to try to remember if he told you he is going to be busy at work and that is why he stopped texting you. You could have forgotten he told you he will be unavailable, or he forgot to tell you. All you have to do is try to recall if he told you or is just avoiding you. If he had plans, then eventually he will be texting you again. 11. Know the 24-hour rule. When a guy stops texting you, it is hard to avoid the temptation of texting him. It is important to be cool and avoid texting him continuously. You do not know why he stopped texting you. Therefore, if you want him to start texting you again, just learn about the 24-hour rule. The 24-hour rule requires you to send only 1 text for 24 hours. It ensures you do not appear so desperate to the guy. You are allowed to send another text after 24 hours. If you text him several times without a reply, do not hold any hope of him texting you again. Just let him go. However, if he suddenly texts you out of nowhere and does not give a reason, be wary of him. You deserve to be with someone who will give you a solid reason for not texting you for weeks. 12. Accept that it happens to most women. However beautiful and desirable you are, you should know that many women like you have fallen prey to guys who stop texting them for weeks and then out of nowhere they reappear and start texting again. That is just how most guys are. Just know that you are not the only victim. It has happened to many women. You just have to learn how to cope with it. 13. Have the whatever attitude. The best thing you could for yourself is to have a whatever attitude. You should not concern yourself with why the guy is not texting you for weeks now. Have an attitude that if he wants to text you then he will do it. It is hard detaching yourself from such a stressful situation. However, it is important for you to have a whatever attitude, or you might go crazy trying to figure out why he stopped texting you. You might be surprised to find him texting you out of nowhere, so stay calm. 14. Use other ways to reach out. When a guy suddenly stops texting you and you do not know what is wrong, you can try to reach him through other social media platforms. If you followed him on social media like Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, use them to find out what is going on. Ask him in a fun and polite way so that you do not appear like a stalker. You can try to send him a funny photo or video he likes, and when he responds, pick up from there. 15. Ignore him when he responds weeks later. When a guy stops texting you for weeks and then out of nowhere he texts trying to find out what you are up to, just ignore him. He just started texting you because his earlier plan of dating someone else did not work out. He is texting you again because you were his backup plan. Ignore him and do not let him take you for granted. You may not know why a guy has stopped texting you. The only thing you can do is to know how to deal with the situation. If you do not have the patience to wait for a guy to start texting you again, then move on. You deserve to be with someone who does not ignore you. Therefore, never settle for less. Found this information helpful? Please subscribe to our channel for more such videos. And don't forget to share and like this video. If you have any question, please comment in the description below. Thank you for watching this video.